I came from Mississippi. I got homeless, and it seemed like when I first got off the bus, when you don't have no money or nobody, the first place they send you to is downtown Los Angeles.
I was a functioning drug addict for a while, but if you indulge, you're gonna eventually indulge more and more, and that's exactly what happened to me.
Skid Row was an island. Ain't no walking off. 2 years I've been out here all day long. Rain, all kind of temperatures when people supposed to be inside, you know, and I lost it.
Payday would come, and instead of paying my bills, I would indulge in drugs. I gave up and gave in to it, and found myself homeless.
I was beyond what I could do. You know, I wanted to give up. I just got up one day and I just felt like, how did I get here?
Woke up one morning and wanted to go give some blood so I can go get some drugs. I was walking down the street toward the blood bank, and I heard a group of young men singing and praising the Lord. But I found myself not able to move. I had to just stand right there and listen to this praising. I guess one look at me, they knew that I was on drugs. I was a drug addict. And they invited me in, and they started pulling out food and here. It was just a touching moment. It just touched my spirit that these guys would see this in me. And excuse me. It just really touched me that the love. As a result, I stayed there instead of moving on and getting my fix. When I look back on it, I know it was God trying to reach out to me so that when the time was right and I really had drugged myself enough through the muck and mire, I would come to him for help, which ultimately was the sustaining remedy for my drug abuse. If I could come from the adversities that I've had to face, maybe I could help somebody else. I've been blessed with mechanical skills. I could share them with others. In that, I saw myself as being a tool of the Lord to try to bring forth a better way of life to young folks who are struggling for focus and direction, and give them a future and a hope.
Okay, baby, I'm ready.
Yep, I'm ready.
Can you give me my keys?
Yep. When I got into the Salvation Army for the Dry Bones program, I was going there for food pantry. They had flyers on the wall. So I went up there because I saw some about apartments and jobs. Then I saw training and I was like, sounds good. Immediately, I thought it was gonna be all this paperwork. We just sit at the desk. No, he pull out the parts, look up in here, you know, the pipes, you know, the evaporated condenser, and he's showing them to me. There's no way now I could ever go anywhere and see that and not know what that is. And that kept me going.
DBL is a 501c3 nonprofit that has been established as a vocational training center in the field of air conditioning. I started kicking the idea around at the Salvation Army Stillman Center. And next thing I know, I'm signing an agreement to have the class there.
Before the class, I was actually working for See's Candy. I didn't really know what my future was gonna be like, so I was just pretty much winging it. He actually offered us to do some intern work. It's been about 2.5 years now. Yeah, I almost know everything there is to air conditioning and heating.
The waste that occurs with really bright young minds through gangs, through violence, through drugs. If we could just redirect that energy into something positive, I know it could work. The one main thing I see about the students that come in here, they're hungry for a purpose and a direction. They actually absorb this knowledge, and you can see that they want it for themselves.
This is my second term there. This is her first. I seen that she was interested because she was doing more of my homework than I was, right? And so I asked, I said, you know what, I think you would be good for this. And, you know, I just took her for a dry run. She met Mr. Barnett. And, you know, he's so welcoming.
Whoever gave him a hand up left their mark. I see him, you know, when he's engulfed in the part of HVAC that, you know, he loves, he really genuinely wants to share that. It's important to him that you walk away from his class and you're gonna have a piece of knowledge that nobody else can take from you. You're gonna have an opportunity to make more opportunities for yourself.
I think it's special for anybody to want to help you do better. When you find a person that really wants to see the better of you, that's a blessing within itself.
This was the inspiration for the DBL Vocational Center. That's what it stands for, Dry Bones Live. The hand of the Lord set me down in the midst of the valley, and it was full of bones. And he said to me, Son of man, can these bones live? So I answered, O Lord God, you know. Again he said to me, surely I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. Then you shall know that I am the Lord.
Mr. Barnett suggests, with the basic knowledge that we'll have coming out of this class, that we'll be eligible for the electrician union. So I'm gonna take that EPA, apply that, and then once I evaluate my options with the union, I mean, you can only soar.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, you can only soar for that.
If you enjoyed this video, like it and share it. We are always posting content, so don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for helping us share change.